This is the annual budget hearing and meeting for SAU Unit Number 48. The first item on the agenda is the budget hearing, so we'll call the budget hearing to order at this time. And I'll turn it over to Treasurer, Mr. Deitchman.
Thank you, Danny. You have the materials in front of you with respect to this year's budget, which unfortunately is up to 7%, 7.04%. This reflects a couple of major items. One is we shifted a position, which is currently at the high school.
Page 50.
And that personnel issue involves the assistant to our building superintendent for the entire SAU. The position is being carried in the high school budget because her work this year was entirely devoted to the high school and the renovations that have occurred there and are still occurring but almost done. And the administration, Mark and his staff, felt that it was better that that position stay, but it should be brought over to the SAU office. That's a cost to the SAU of $49,000. And then the other thing is the increases in health and retirement. We got a pretty significant hit on the health issue. As you know, we are members of our own unit and members of the greater unit. Our own unit had rather significant losses this year, and the greater unit not so much, but still significant, and so it resulted in a substantial increase along with the retirement increases totaling $51,291, and that gives rise to the total of 7%. Danny and I went through it with Mark and could not see any places where we could make any cuts and still maintain the kind of SAU office that we've had, which has been, according to the auditors, short-staffed as it is. Mark has made it work, and Dan and the others. So we cannot cut any positions out of that staff. So that's what the status of the budget is. If there are any questions, I'm sure Mark or I can try and
Questions
help.
from the board? Wow. Everybody all set for the time being then? Any questions on the phone?
No?
Okay.
No, I'm good.
Okay, thank you. Want to make sure you're still there.
Yeah, I just have you muted so you don't hear background.
All right, so we'll call the budget hearing to an end at this time and move on to the rest of the agenda, which is on page 3 in the booklet, if anyone needs to find that. Item number 2 is agenda review and disposition. Do we have anything to add to?
No, Mr. Chairman, we do need a non-public session for discussion of the qualifications for the individual who will be nominated for assistant superintendent.
Okay. So I'll entertain a motion to accept the agenda as printed.
So moved.
Seconded?
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor manifest by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Thank you. Unanimous vote. Item number 3 is the minutes of May 31st. They're on pages 4 through 13 of the packet. Very detailed. Are there any errors or omissions? If not, we'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes as printed.
I'll make a motion.
It's been moved.
Seconded.
It's been seconded. Any further discussion on the minutes? No? All those in favor of the, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
Another unanimous vote. And that brings us right around to the top again. Item number 4 is the disposition of the 2019-2020 budget. So we basically need a motion for appropriation of $2,265,159, offset by revenue of $648,501, for an SAU assessment of $1,616,658.
So moved.
It's been moved.
Second.
It's been seconded. Any further discussion? Not, I'll look to Lynn to do a roll call. A yes vote means you're in favor of the budget, a no vote means you're against it.
Lisa Ash,
Yes.
Ross Deichman,
Yes.
Phil McCormick,
Yes.
Danny DeRosa,
Yes.
Kelly Weiser,
Yes.
Carolyn Mello,
Yes.
Phil Lamoureux,
Yes.
Amy Lee,
Yes.
Melissa Farrell.
Yes.
Okay. That is a unanimous vote of those present and on the phone. So the budget passes for the next fiscal year. Next item is,
Treasurer's report, I think you skipped.
no, section.
Okay.
So item 5 is the treasurer's report, which is on page 14 of your packet. And Mr. Deichman.
Yes, you'll note that this is just a snapshot of a moment in time. This year, we picked November 30th as the date to reflect the status of the cash available and the outstanding invoices, et cetera. And we currently had on November 30th, $176,650.78. This is reflected by money held at the Woodsville Guaranty Savings Bank, and 2 accounts, one a checking account and one a money market account. We bring the money over from the money market to the checking as we need it, and it gives us some interest at an increasing rate, thankfully. So that's the status of our treasury at that time.
So, a motion to accept the treasurer's report at this juncture?
I move to accept the treasurer's report as submitted.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Yes.
Who seconded that? Who seconded?
Amy.
Oh, okay.
Any further questions of Ross on that, or no?
I actually do have a question.
Fire away.
Are we looking into any other accounts that earn a higher rate of return for interest?
We have. We did an analysis about 2 years ago now. And at that time, we had Community Guarantee, now New Hampshire Savings. We had Northway. We've had, and I think Woodsville were the 3 that we looked at. And Woodsville offered us the best return and the fewest fees, because that was eating us up too. It isn't just how much you're making, it's how much you're expending. And so we're very pleased with the relationship we have, and it seems to be working very smoothly.
Okay.
There are some statutory restrictions as what you can do with public money. Dan, you want to talk a little bit about the restrictions that we're under?
As the superintendent said, we're very restricted in terms of investment vehicles. We don't have very many options. The only conventional option is repeat it for the New Hampshire Public Deposit Investment Pool. And actually, the relationship we have with Woodsville at this time is working out better than anything we see there.
Okay, so we couldn't have like a zero balance account that would...
A sweep account?
Like a sweep, yeah.
We could, but the combination of what we've got now, we couldn't invest the money, if you will, in any of the markets or anything like that. We couldn't put it in a money market fund or things like that.
All right, thank you.
Oops, second. So we're voting on accepting Ross's report. All those in favor manifest by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Still with us?
All set, Melissa?
Yeah, all right.
There she is.
Okay.
Thank you.
Unanimous vote. Fiscal year 19 financial update.
Oh, the audit report? Is that what we have?
Yeah.
Is that all set? And the fiscal,
Hey, it's over there.
yeah.
We have an audit report from Grizzlack and Company, as we do every year at this time. It, of course, covers the prior year, prior fiscal year, which ended June 30th of 2018. Everything is in order, and there's nothing to reflect as any concerns by the auditors, and we got a clean bill of health. So I have a copy of it here. There's a copy, plenty of copies at the SAU office, if anyone wants one, so.
We can electronically transfer it to you if you want a full copy of the entire report.
Get a hold of Michelle at the office.
Well, it's a draft.
That's a draft, yeah. Item 6, policies. I believe in handout, or if you...
There is a handout on FERPA. Dan, do you want to talk a little bit about this? Kim, did this come from,
Yep, it came from the auditors.
okay, you want to talk
Yep,
to the
it's
policy?
a Family Education Rights Privacy Act, and it is required by the DOE auditor, and required across the state for districts to publish the information. Their suggestion is just simply on the website to just post our FERPA notice.
Is the format of what we have a template that was suggested, or is this something that was this customized?
Yes, it's
in
from
any way?
the School Boards Association.
It certainly seems to be comprehensive.
Oh, sorry.
No, well, do we currently have a
Sorry.
policy?
We don't have, we're not posting it currently on our website. Special Ed has a policy, but we just haven't been posting it.
Oh, so
So the
this-
requirement is to post it, but I don't think we have an updated policy now. That's what you're
This has
asking.
been updated and will be for the entire SAU.
How does it differ, when you say it's updated, how does it differ?
Just whatever legal changes that have been made
Okay,
recently.
fine.
You want to enact this, correct?
Yeah.
So we need a motion to accept this policy update.
So moved.
Second?
Bill's got the second, I guess. Been moved and second. Any further questions? All those in favor manifest by saying aye.
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 Thank you. Opposed? Another unanimous vote. Thank you. Other business?
None, Mr. Chairman.
I have one, just off the cuff here. Gentleman to my left is going to be, I believe this is his last meeting with the SAU board. And my understanding is that he's resigning in January. And I personally want to thank him for his years of service here on not only the SAU board, but we came on together about the same time, and I kind of viewed him as a mentor, so I'm going to be missing you, buddy. Thank you for everything you've
Thank you,
done.
Dan. Yep.
Mr. Ross. Thank you.
What has it been, only 30-some odd years?
Only 30 years.
Non-public, we need to go into non-public for personnel.
So move.
It's been moved,
Second.
it's been seconded.